Stanislav, looking at all the craziness that Trump administration is bringing to immigration field, is it still worth coming to the US in 2025? Guys, today I'm going to address this issue and also will let you know how to get a free evaluation for the best visas. Let's go! Hello my dear friends, I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. Today we're discussing the immigration to the US and the country conditions for 2025 and what are the best options for you to come if you choose to immigrate to this great country. And the spoiler alert, guys, the short answer is yes! And trust me, I will never change my opinion on this topic. Lots of you trying to say, hey, things are getting worse in the US and as we go, there might be a recession, the economy is gonna be bad and prices gonna rise and all this. But guys, if that happens in the US, it happens everywhere else but double or triple. Because everything depends on the US. If you didn't know, this is the economics 101, right? Everybody's trying to ship the goods to the US, everybody's trying to sell, everybody's trying to get something out of the US, and things depend largely on US monetary policies, the interest rate, the Fed Reserve policy, and things like that. I'm sorry if I'm opening your eyes, you're not a believer, that all evolves around US economy. So if things go south in the US, guess what? Things are getting worse everywhere in the world, including China, India, Europe, South America, Russia, Australia, Canada, and you name it. Whatever country you're from, things are getting worse. And much worse, because US economy is sustainable even in recession. And many countries in a recession, the economy is not sustainable, meaning that inflation is through the roof, the prices are rising, the salaries cannot catch up with those things. Education and medical systems are going down because there's not a lot of money to support that. So you guys may argue with me, and I would love to see the arguments that you may offer in the comment section. Let's discuss this. Let's have an open conversation. On top of that, I've done the research for you guys. I analyzed, and it's a spoiler alert too, the EB1A cases from 2010 up until 2025, and I collected the valuable statistic for you. And what is important to understand? In 2010, about 2,500 EB1 cases were filed. In 2024, about 17,000 EB1A cases were filed. In 2010, the approval rate was about 80. In 2024, and we don't have 2025 yet, the approval rate was about 45%. It means that by number, we have more and more cases being approved every year. And the number of green cards available to EB1 is about 40,000 a year. We got about 8,000 approvals in 2024. Add the family members and add the approvals from EB1B and EB1C, and we can easily get to 35,000 of those visas being issued. So in 2-3 years, those numbers are going over 40,000. And unless we have a significant shift in the policy of the US towards expanding the number of immigrant visas, we are going to face longer time frame to come to the US. And on top of that, it's going to be more expensive, because if you take 2010, you could probably get approval for EB1A for $5,000–6,000. Now, the prices on the market are anywhere between $15,000 to $50,000 for the same thing, and they will continue to grow. Then the expenses for PR agencies are going to grow, the government fees are going to grow, and the translation fees are going to grow. Okay? So because your immigration consists of these two things, and I'm not taking into consideration your expenses when you actually come here, then what we're facing that it's going to be more expensive, it's going to be harder because the approval rates are falling, and by the way, in my company they're staying stable, 90 to 95% chance of approval, depending on the petition. And number 3, it's going to take longer. If now you start with EB-1A, you will be able to come to the US with the green cards in a year and a half. In the future, it's gonna change. I don't want to talk about the salaries and how expensive that is, and social programs and taxes and all this craziness. Just trust me, if you know what you're doing, you will make a lot more money here. But most importantly, your kids will have the future here. Because I don't see a lot of future in other countries. Yes, maybe Europe is gonna do fine. Yes, maybe Canada is not gonna become the 51st state. I know you guys get mad at me. I don't think it's gonna become one, but you know, we gotta joke about that. Australia, New Zealand, yes, a little bit too far from the action, but US is gonna be first in all those. And if you, a hard worker, and you're ready to, yes, maybe drop in your lifestyle a little bit for a couple of years, but then steadily grow, overcome your lifestyle back in your country, be good, and give all the options to your kids, 2025 is the year. And I know a lot of you have the imposter syndrome and you don't believe you're talented people, or you don't have the national interest waiver or other things. I don't buy it until I see your answers to my questions in a free evaluation form. And you guys know I specialize in talent visas, national interest waiver visas, and business and investment. I have a very narrow specialization. So for each of those visas, I have separate forms, which are all called free evaluation, right? The link is below this video. I need you to fill out at least one of them, better all of them, so I could give you a better breakdown of your options. Okay? And you'll be like, Stanislav, why these options? Why don't we go with EB5, EB4? Well, because all those other options are either crazy expensive, most of them require an employer in the US. And EB1A and EB2NIW are the only two options to get a green card for you and your family, your spouse and your kids below 21, that do not take the employer to get the approval. And this is huge because we don't have to rely on no one else but us and the resources and the programs that we have in the company, in my corporation. And when you work with the experienced team under my strategy, methodology, which proved for thousands of cases, the next 6 months of your life, if I qualified you, not all of them will qualify, but those who will and they see the word potential in your free evaluation form, your life is going to change significantly within the next 6 months. And yes, you will have to spend. It's not gonna be cheap, but you invest in the future of your generations. Yes, you're facing a lot of hurdle to get that approval, but there is a way. And where there is a will, there is always a way. Let me list all the programs that are the priority for you. So the classic talent visas, O1 non-immigrant, EB1A immigrant. The classic business visas, E2L1 non-immigrant, EB1C, EB5 immigrant visas, and EB2NIW, National Interest Waiver. Those are the best option either to come and start rooting in the US or even to get the green cards. And we should look at all of them collectively. Of course, give me as much information in your free evaluation. So get that free evaluation right out of the way. Look for the word potential. If you see the potential, come to the complex immigration planning, where I will build a winning strategy, a written strategy, in your case, and you will be ripe to start working with my team. So free evaluation, complex immigration planning, and complete case filing under my methodology. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let's argue about economy of the world. I would love to do this. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Telegram, Instagram, Facebook, X, all the links below this video. My name is Stanislav Shamayev. I'm a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.